So the love affair continues. Also downstairs off the living space are 2 bedrooms. They're both a very good size, and one could easily be turned into a home study for Tony. There's also a large family bathroom on this floor. Whilst upstairs, to really make the most of the space, there's a further living area.
This is beautiful.
Isn't it just?
Oh, now I'm spoiled.
This is a huge space.
Isn't it just?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, now.
How do you work with the 2
I
lounges?
don't know, because I'd be confused. Which lounge? Which one shall I have today?
Yeah, this is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I would actually have this as the main lounge.
Yeah. Spoiled for choice.
You are, aren't you?
Windows.
Show you the master bedroom.
Okay.
Thank you.
On the way to the master, across the large landing area, pass by the 2nd bedroom, which could possibly suit Amelia or be used as a dressing room. But here's where Tony and Helen could be sleeping.
Another large,
Yes.
fantastic room.
Yep.
It is.
Again, bright, double aspect,
Whoa.
with, of course,
Yes.
you know, you'd say, en suite, of
Ensuite as
course. You've got his and her sinks to go with your his and hers living room. And a really good sized
Fabulous.
shower as well.
Right,
Fabulous.
fantastic.
Okay, can you imagine yourself living here?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think so.
Good.
Seriously, it's a very, very nice house.
Wow, amazing. We haven't even seen
Getting
outside
quite
yet.
emotional.
Eh? Oh, don't. It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's great that you feel that way about it, you know, because it's, I think it's got a lovely feel.
It has.
Of course, we made you happy. So happy you're crying. And I think Amelia would be happy here.
I think so.
So the smiles have turned into tears of joy, and they haven't seen the grounds yet. As well as a dog-friendly back garden, there's a lovely sprawling lawn at the front of the property. And we mustn't forget the additional bonus of that huge outbuilding. And what you've got here is you've got an annex, which has got a lovely good-sized bedroom, living room, kitchen, and bathroom. What you've also got is 1 bedroom and an ensuite at the end as well. They're not connected.
So that's
They're
2
not
separate
No,
bedrooms.
yeah.
Wow.
To be fair, it's like 6 bedrooms.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'd want to invite the family because they'd never leave.
No, I don't think they would either. That just leaves the matter of where to keep the horse for their daughter. Would I let them down? Of course not. Just a minute's stroll down the lane is the answer. There's a spring in my step. Just under 2 acres. Perfect for horses, really.
It is.
It is.
Yeah. And it comes with a property.
You're joking.
No.
You've
Very nice.
excelled yourself
Oh,
on this
thank
one.
Should we talk money then?
I think it's over budget. I think it's over budget by quite a lot. I would suggest at least 625.
Okay.
I was going to think that. So, yeah, 630.
630,000.
Yeah, I think.
What would you do if it was within budget though?
Panic.
You better start panicking.
Is it in budget?
Yeah.
Wow. I would
Go
never
on.
have thought that.
Go on.
£585,000. That house, this land, could be yours.
It's fabulous.
Okay, doke, right. It's the estate agents then.
Fantastic, off you go. Go and have a look at the annex, go and have a look at the house again, because you do like it, and it could be yours.
Need to go and have a good look round it.
Right, off you go. I'll find you in the front.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Well, I do love it when a plan comes together, and they seem to be very, very happy. As they say, it does tick every box, not just for them, but also for their daughter, and even the horse. If you ask me, they'd be foolish not to buy it. So at £585,000, this property is well within their budget and delivers handsomely on everything on their wish list. It has not just 1 sociable living space, but 2, a huge kitchen diner with adjoining boot room, 4 bedrooms, one of which could be used as a study for Tony, an enclosed back garden for the dogs, an annex, and 2 acres of paddock for a pony.
My first impression when I saw the mystery house was, wow. I like the look of it, the location. It's so quiet, so peaceful. Had a really nice garden to it as well. Everything, I loved everything. Just the look of it, everything.
My favourite room is this room, without a shadow of a doubt. I can see that you would entertain here, we would cook here, we would eat in this room. And I always like the kitchens because I think they're the focal point for the family. I could see myself living here.
See, even since you're coming out of that house,
Wow.
still love it?
Yes.
Yes, very nice.
You never guess what I'm drinking. And it's cold. You took your time.
There's a lot to see.
There is a lot to see. Let's go and find somewhere we can talk about all three houses. Come on.
Lovely.
Since the time when Victorian poets and painters romanticised the Lakeland's craggy fells and clustered villages, people have come to experience the cobbled streets and whitewashed cottages in person. It's easy to understand why Wordsworth and Ruskin wanted to settle here, but they weren't the first. 7,000 years earlier, this was a harsh, inhospitable wilderness. As nomadic Britons started creating more permanent settlements, it was here that some of the most industrious Neolithic people decided to put down roots. The Lake District National Park boundaries contain nearly 15,000 archaeological sites, and 275 of these are ancient monuments. To get in touch with my Stone Age ancestors, bushcraft expert Ben McNutt promised to put me through my prehistoric paces, starting with how to make an axe.
The process is called knapping.
Right.
And essentially it's just beating the lard out of a rock with a harder rock to the point that you have something workable. And if I strike downwards, it will hopefully bust out a flake on this side.
Ah, okay.
And it's all about angles. So I want to brace it on my thigh.
Aha.
And you start knocking off quite big, clean faces.
It's really sharp.
Oh yeah. You could dismember a red deer with that quite quickly.
It's an amazing sound though.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, that's the sound that heralded the arrival of humanity, that first tool being made. So, do you want to have a go?
Yeah, why not? Brilliant. Thank you. What's this, by the way?
That is just a bit of old fur coat.
Oh, lovely. I like it. I should hit it about there.
Exactly.
Right, okay.
A smooth strike.
Aha.
Nice. That's
Brilliant.
a perfect workable blade over
That's
that
amazing.
duration.
So how does that then become an axe head?
You can actually make it stronger using a technique called pressure flaking. And that was where you take an antler, you just push small flakes off, and that refaces this stone and makes that a stronger cutting edge.
I tell you what, they were clever, weren't they?
They were, yeah. And from there, I've just hafted it onto an elbow of wood. So I can use it like a little adze, and this can quite quickly hew down a small tree.
That's brilliant. Although axes like these have been found all over the country, the vast majority of them appear unused. Many were discovered in significant locations, leading most historians to believe that they were just for ceremony. But we're going to use one right now, on a birch sapling.
So, it's just a case of beaver away.
It's quite effective though, isn't it?
It's slow, but it's effective.
Slow process.
Do you want to have a go?
I'll come round to you. It's amazing how well it works though, isn't it? And with a little more effort from both of us, the tree is down. But it's definitely not going to waste. Ben plans to use it for a little trip back in time he has planned for us, in an ancient form of watercraft. A boat made of twigs, traditionally tied together with vines, or in our case, twine. This looks interesting.
Yeah, it's a pterodactyl's nest.
It looks like it.
Traditionally, the Native Americans would have skinned this vessel using the skin of one bull buffalo, which is why it's called a bull boat. So unfortunately, we don't have any bull buffaloes around, so we're going to cheat and use a tarpaulin. We're good to go.
Yeah, I have to say, I'm not sure if I'm excited or ever so slightly nervous. Hey, what do you know? It floats. But does it float with us, isn't it?
There's one way to find out. Okay. Do you want to jump in first?
Right, go on then. I just go for it.
Yeah, just step on there. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, try not to stay in the middle.
There we go.
It's seaworthy.
Hey, it's brilliant. I'm prehistoric man. Well, I hope I make it back to dry land safely. Wouldn't want to leave Tony and Helen's house search up the creek without a paddle. You know what? I don't think I'd have made it as a Mesolithic man. But I wonder if Tony and Helen have an axe to grind as far as any of the properties we've shown them are concerned. Let's find out, shall we?
Hi.
Chose a nice spot, didn't you?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Fantastic.
So, what an adventure it's been.
Oh, yes.
You really seem to like that first house.
Yeah, it was a beautiful property. The views around it were very nice.
And you know, as you say, from the outside it looked typical cottage, and even inside some of the, you know, the original features.
Yeah,
were there.
I mean, some of the features, it was really quirky. You know, there's some of the things in there, and I love that. Yes. You know.
And it was also very dog friendly. You had, what, 3 or 4 doors, didn't you?
Yes, you could
leading
go
into the
out
property?
of.
Yeah. You were a little bit disappointed when you walked into the master bedroom.
Yes, the first master bedroom, because it was a little on the small side.
And then, almost like Narnia, you walked to that bedroom and...
Yes, where's this room come from? And that changed sort of my opinion of the property really, because from what we thought was a small master bedroom, you had this huge bedroom in effect.
and a good location?
Not as good.
Yeah.
A little bit remote and isolated.
But yes, a little bit isolated.
It's interesting because I think with the first property we started really well and then went downhill a little bit. And with the second property we were downhill to start with, then we went uphill.
Yes, first impressions of that was, oh, it's a 1960s build, and the location as well. To me, that isn't country living.
Okay. But you know, you had Windermere on your doorstep.
We did, yes, and the schools were on the doorstep, and I harp on about having a sport network and an infrastructure on the doorstep.
Definitely had it there.
It definitely had it
Yes.
there, absolutely.
Yes.
It's just that we've always said that this will possibly be our last move, and me personally, I couldn't see myself living there once I retired, etc., because it's not what I want to do. I actually want to be out in something more rural.
Right. We took you out of the Lake District and you did a little jig of joy.
Jig of joy, yes. The third property was just fantastic. It was, when you walk up to it, it was a beautiful looking building. You could tell it was old, you can tell it had character. And then obviously they had the bonus of having the annex as well, which is great for visiting family. But also, if it's got the potential to let it out as well as a holiday let, it could potentially be an income as well.
And walking into that third property, you know, that kitchen was amazing, wasn't it?
Fantastic, yes.
Yeah, walking through that door and seeing that, I knew straight away, quite honestly, that Helen would fall in love with that property. Straight away.
That's why the colour went out of your face. And that was before we took that little walk down the lane.
Yes, and dropped that bombshell as well.
And we'd had tears from you before that as well.
Well, once you pull those 2.5 acres out, that's it. You know, it sold it.
Well, I suppose the $1 million question is, can you see yourselves living there? And if you can, are you going to?
I'd like to. We will be coming up again next weekend and I'd go for a second viewing and obviously bring Amelia with us.
Fantastic. Well, listen, I wish you all the luck. It's been really great fun spending time with you, and I'm so pleased that you loved that third property, and I'm so pleased you cried for the right reason as well. Don't you love it when a plan comes together? You know, I'm very often with people who have definite ideas about what they don't want in a house, but it's totally the opposite with Tony and Helen. They know exactly what they want in a property. And you know, I think we may have found it. And who'd have thought that their dream house in the Lake District National Park would actually be outside the National Park? Well, it's time for this presenter to ride off into the sunset. I'll see you next time on Escape to the Country.
Tony and Helen did go back to see the mystery house. There's no offer yet, but our fingers remain crossed. If you'd like to escape to the country in Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland or England and need our help, please apply online at bbc.co.uk/beonashow.
Savings accounts and car security are on the agenda in the new series of Watchdog, starting tonight at 8. But next this morning, family history on Cash in the Attic.